Hello, friends. It's 4th of July, and I don't want to discuss it. So instead, I was thinking we could talk about my favorite thing, yokai. Yokai are supernatural entities in Japanese folklore. They come in all shapes and sizes. It's a very broad term covering a whole bunch of different kinds of beasties. It's thought that yokai actually came from the Chinese word yaoguai. And no, I'm not talking about the radioactive bear in Fallout. In Chinese, it means basically the same thing. Supernatural entities, often shapeshifters, but not always. Now again, I want to preface this, I am not a folklorist or historian, I am just a nerd who likes to learn things. So if my facts are not 100% accurate, I apologize. This is just from what I have learned just by being a dork. There are quite a few different kinds of categories of yokai. The ones that we think of the most often are oni, which are like giants, ogres, demons. They are thought to be evil, but that's not necessarily always the case, but they definitely present themselves as such. Then we have the bakemono, which are like animals, animal spirits. So you have like bakeneko, which is a nasty, mean-ass cat that lives to be 100 years. After 100 years, it becomes bakeneko. It can kill you and take your form and live your life and just cause all kinds of mischief and bad shit. Not a very nice kitty. On the other side of that, we have manekeneko, the happy cat, the happy waving cat. We love that guy. We see him everywhere. He is the epitome of good fortune, joy, positivity, good luck. It is a nice, happy cat that lived to 100 years and became manekeneko. In this type of yokai, you see a bunch of different animals. They live to 100 years typically, or just longer than the average lifespan. They become a different kind of yokai. Another well-known of these is the kitsune. Kitsune is a fox that lives for 100 years. After it lived for 100 years, it gets an extra tail. And so on and so on. Every 100 years, another tail. And they go up to 900 years. So at their 9th tail, it's thought that's when they ascend to the heavens. Kitsune are tricksters. They are shapeshifters, often taking the form of beautiful young women, seducing men, just being kind of sassy. I love them. There are many, many tales about them. Then we have probably my favorite kind of yokai, and that are the inanimate objects. These ones are great. In the Shinto faith, I believe, it is that everything has kame, or spirit. When an item has become used for so long and has become important to the people that have used it, it develops spirit. And when they start to degrade or fall apart or are no longer useful and are discarded, they become yokai, like Kasa Obake, the umbrella. I love this one. He develops an eye, a long tongue, some arms, one, sometimes two, but usually just one leg and a sandal. I love these guys. I'm editing out a lot of rambles because I can just keep going on, so bear with me. The Kaseobake is featured in one of my absolute favorite movies. It's a film from 1968. I think it's called Yokai Monsters, Night of 100 Monsters. Fantastic. If you want some like cheesy costumes, but also like an insight into the folklore of it, it's a blast. It's a wild little ride. But through that, I learned that a lot of the times yokai were invented to just sort of like explain causality. If you get that sort of like mysterious wet feeling on your cheek, it's probably just dew or like a weird environment that you're in, but they use Kasa Obake to sort of explain away that feeling of kind of like feeling licked, but there's nothing there. I love that. And then you have the ghost yokai, the yurei, I think. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry. But they are beautiful. Kind of like Bloody Mary, things like that. That would fall under this sort of yurei category of yokai. There's one called Teke Teke. That one scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. It's a young girl that threw herself in front of a train and the bottom half of her body was severed. So her spirit, kind of pissed off and angry, will chase you and will chase you faster than you can run, will chase you faster than you can get away in a car. And she's called Teke Teke because of the tick, 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 tick of her hands slapping the concrete. Hate it, hate it. That's so scary. If I heard that, I would die. My heart would explode. There's also this category of yokai that don't really fit into any of the others, like the rokurokubi, or pulley neck. This is a poor woman who has been cursed. She does not know that she is a yokai, but when she goes to sleep at the end of the night, she rests her head on the pillow, she falls asleep, and then her neck elongates, and her head travels on this long pulley neck, this long snake of a neck, often to just like spy on people or to spook people. Most common, it said that they drink the oil from lamps. So yeah, I'm gonna stop there because I could go on and on and on and on and on. What I want to do is just randomly pull yokai and just occasionally give you yokai videos. They'll be very, very short because there's not actually a whole lot of stories about them. It was only during the Edo period that they actually started talking about yokai in any kind of significant way. And again, most of it was used to sort of explain causality of events. There are very rarely eyewitness accounts of these kinds of yokai, but these stories became popular. Still, there are some wild ones. So here's the game. Give me a random object or give me a random concept and I will find a yokai about it, or I will try my damnedest to find one. And I'll just do a video on that. If you don't, I'm gonna do it anyway. There's this website called yokai.com and you can click random and pick sort of like random yokai to learn about every day. I do it every day. It's sort of like my tarot drawing of the day. What's my yokai? Anyway, I love your face. I hope you learned something. Have a beautiful day.